So recently, I've been doing tons of thinking and reflection on my trading, and I actually came to some conclusion that I really thought I'd never come to. So honestly, I want to start incorporating like order flow and Bookmap into my trading. For the longest time, I've been like a diehard ICT fan. Before this, like I traded inverse fair value gaps. I learned a lot from the guys over at PB Trading, if you're familiar with them, and like Dodgy's DD as well. But essentially, like I was an inverse fair value gap trader. I mean, I still am. I still trade that way. But the thing was, I feel like the last couple months, like if you look at the daily chart on NQ, like I'm pretty much an NQ trader, like NASDAQ futures. So the daily chart on NQ, we've been like in this consolidation range, and versions don't work that well when we're inside consolidation ranges, right? Because typically inversions work a lot better during like trending markets, and that's just not the trending market conditions we're in. So the first way I tried to mitigate this, because like at the end of the day, like I'm a trader, I need to make money, and honestly, like in January, I did get payouts in January, but that was me just like withdrawing money I made in December, if that makes sense. So January and February, honestly, weren't good months for me, and like I can backtest my strategy, and I can see it works over time. But the thing is, I feel like just the net expected value just isn't high enough for me. Like during my back testing, there'd be occasional times where I'd go a full week without actually taking a trade. And like I know it's capital preservation and all, but like as a trader, right, I'm here to make money. And I keep seeing these people on social media making so much money trading order flow. And I tell people all the time, don't strategy hop, and here I am kind of strategy hopping. But I feel like at the same time, like you can never really say, it's not like everything's black and white. Like I tell people don't strategy hop, and in the majority of cases, it might be good advice. But in my case, I feel like lately it's just been becoming very apparent to me that my trading plan is very restrictive. Like for example, the way I trade now, I require us, like for a continuation, I require a pullback into a 5 or a 15-minute fair value gap. Or if I'm looking for like a retracement trade, I'm requiring like an unfilled 5 or 15-minute gap. And I know there's like the PDI model that like Patrick uses. I mean, I'm not, if you're familiar with PB trading, it's just the teachings I'm going through. I mean, but I don't trade the PDI model, which is something different. But those are essentially the two entry patterns I look for, right? So if there's no inverse fair value gap, there's no entry for me, right? And I feel like I've been live trading. Like in case you guys don't know, I live stream every morning at 9:30. I show my trading. So while I do that, I'm able to call price really well. And it's not even like hindsight. Like I like to go back and I'll look at the recordings, and as soon as I start stream, I say, okay, guys, today is the date. Like whatever today's date is, I state it. And then after that, I go through my bias, and I'll set like range conditions sometimes where I'll be like, okay, well, if we invert this 4-hour gap over here, I'm gonna be bullish. If we hold it, I'll be bearish, right? Or whatever my condition is, or whatever my bias is, right? But the thing is, I've been really good at calling price, and I feel like the thing holding me back has been my entry model. And like even aside from me requiring us to be delivering from a 5 or a 15-minute gap and all that, the thing is too, I always take the highest time frame gap in the current leg. And the thing is, waiting for the highest time frame gap to get inverted, a lot of times it'll go through where I want to go break even. And obviously if it crosses my break even point before I get an entry, that's not a valid trade, right? So it's just frustrating. There's been so many days in both January and February, I just watched price go to where I'm saying it's going to go to, and there's absolutely no entry. So honestly, I actually don't even remember exactly what flicked in my head that I was like, I gotta try Bookmap. But I guess I was thinking just about like, how am I gonna get out of like, how am I gonna get over this hump in my trading, right? Like, I know I have a strategy that makes money, but honestly, I'm just kind of coming to the realization that like, it just doesn't make as much money as I thought it would, right? Like the net expected value isn't high enough. Like, because I trade 1-to-1 risk to reward, and my win rate's like I have some sessions where I'll average like a 63% win rate with like a slightly over a 1-to-1 risk reward, like let's say like a 1 to 1.1 or 1.06 or something like that, like slightly over 1-to-1, right? It's like, yeah, it's profitable, but during bad periods, because like even if you have like a 60% win rate, it's not going to evenly play out. There's going to be drawdowns, right? And the thing is, during these drawdowns, I feel like the win rate's just not high enough to carry me. And like I've gotten payouts using this model. It's not like it doesn't make money. It's just I'm saying like, you know what, this model it's kind of limiting me, and I need something that allows me to like trade better, if you know what I mean, like more off intuition. So another thing is too, I always tell traders like discretion is earned, right? Like to trade with discretion, you need market experience. Like newer traders should not be using discretion. Me personally, I was like, I keep telling people discretion is earned. At what point did I earn my discretion? Honestly, I think I kind of earned my discretion, right? So essentially, I guess the last part about why I'm like looking into Bookmap and order flow is I feel like it's like an undeniable truth. Like, for example, like if we hit a zone that's like a red zone on Bookmap, right? The idea behind that is there's a bunch of orders sitting there. So if all these orders get filled, obviously it's going to have some effect in the market. Like some big player got in there, and like I know everyone says like, oh, you got to trade like the banks, like follow the banks, right? It's like in this case, that's kind of what you're doing, right? And then you can use some logic here where it's like, okay, well, if we start reacting, these guys had a good like entry. And if let's say we keep going through that zone and we offer no reaction there, then these people are trapped and you can have a reaction the other way, right? So it's just an interesting like phenomenon. It's like there's like sound fundamental logic behind this, right? It's not like you're saying, oh, well, there's a gap in price, and once price closes through the gap, it's like, I get you're reading chart patterns, but like we're literally talking about the orders that are being executed at the CME. It's like that's just totally different information. And like I even saw some other trader who was making a joke. Like obviously, it's not like you're gonna download Bookmap. It's not like you're gonna get order flow and magically become a better trader. Like obviously, all these tools like need to work together. But like he was making a joke calling it wall hacks, and I just think it's funny because like to a point, I get what he's saying. Like obviously, it's not like that, but I get where he's coming from, right? But yeah, so yeah, and today, this morning, I actually took my first trade using order flow because another thing I've realized while I've been getting into order flow, I've actually only been looking at order flow for like about a week now. But the first thing I realized was if I wanted to backtest it, I'm familiar with backtesting like with something like FX replay, where I can rewind to a certain like time and price and I can replay at whatever like rate I want, right? And then I can backtest it, I get analytics. But the thing is, on Bookmap, I can't go back further than 72 hours. So it's like, if I want to backtest like 2025, like last year, how do I do that? There are ways. I'd have to either get the data from someone else, or I could buy historical data, or I could record the data as it plays out. Because essentially, like level one data, I think it's called level one data. Essentially, the candlesticks. Those are very easy to get the data for. Like that's recorded. Like TradingView has that. Other places have that. But if you're talking about level two data, like order flow data, that would be very expensive to hold all that because it's just so much information. So it's kind of hard to get your hands on data like that. So I figured honestly, like the best way, like instead of doing all this backtesting, like backtesting only has so much value. I've done so much backtesting. Honestly, I'm just gonna combine my ICT concepts with order flow and just use discretion and just take entries off that. So I figured the first step to get into this, like obviously, like this does not mean I drop what I was doing before this. That would be a very bad idea. So I'm still going to be doing the exact same thing I was doing before this. It's just I have a separate account that's going to be an evaluation account. I'm going to take order flow trades on. I'll see how that performs. If I'm able to get a payout past that account, all those type of things, right? From there, I can start reinvesting. And then let's say if a couple months go by and I'm like, hey, I'm doing a lot better on this order flow account than my inversion account. From there, I could maybe draw some conclusions. But the thing is, like this is a bad period in price. Like it's not like I'm just gonna drop my strategy and like think like I'm dropping this going to order flow and order flow is now the new thing. It's like I've proven to myself that my strategy works. I've gotten many payouts using it. It's just I'm kind of realizing it's limiting me. So I'm gonna keep using it. It's gotten me payouts, right? But until I'm able to find something that I have proof works better, I won't leave it. But once I actually have the proof that something works better, I'm going to feel comfortable leaving that strategy, honestly, at this point. And like, obviously, like, it's not like I'm going to just stop trading inversions. Like, I'm still going to look at inversions. It's just inversions are definitely not going to be my only entry model. Yeah, I guess the last thing was, I don't think I really said, like, I was trying to find all these different ways to just make extra money because it's like I wasn't making the money I wanted during New York AM session. So I even tried to get into trading gold during Asia session using like a very similar strategy the way I trade. It's ridiculously similar, just with a very few minor tweaks. But the thing was, I was thinking about it, it's like, okay, well, Asia session's slower. It requires me to sit at the charts for more time. Like it's fun to trade Asia. It's honestly pretty chill. Like it's not like things go by too quick. But it's just like at the same time, like I'm just investing so much time. Honestly, if I could perfect order flow, I could get a higher risk to reward. And like, cause I feel like the way I trade inversions, the way I'm comfortable trading them, it kind of limits me at a low risk to reward. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much all I've got to say about order flow. So essentially, like, I'm slowly trying out order flow, right? I've been looking at it for about a week now. I have a separate evaluation. I'll be taking only order flow trades. And from there, if I'm able to pass the evaluation, get a payout, from there, I will consider making it my main strategy. But it's not like at any point here am I dropping my original strategy. Like that would be the worst thing I could do, because I do know that even though the past 2 months my strategy has not worked the best, I still know it works over time. It doesn't have the highest net expected value, but it still has a positive net expected value if I keep playing it over time. So yeah, I mean, and it's worked for other people. But I just feel like I really feel like I could make a lot more money trading order flow. I've had this feeling. I feel like over this past couple months, it's been building, I guess, and I feel like, I don't know, order flow just feels kind of right to me because all the reasons I mentioned. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. So if you did watch this video all the way through, I do appreciate you. Do me a favor, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. And also, if you are looking for a prop firm to trade with, my two favorite prop firms are honestly Tradeify and Alpha Futures. If you do want to check out either one, I do have my discount code, which is code TIMB272. I think Alpha's better if you want like better live conditions and you're looking at things like Alpha Prime and you're like just an amazing trader. They have a higher payout cap, but if you're more of like a newer trader, I say that Tradeify is better, honestly. They have like daily payouts as an option. They have straight to funded accounts. I feel like they have more variety in their account types. But yeah, I mean, check out both accounts, read through their websites, see which one just aligns with you best as a trader, and then use discount code TIMB272. And also, I have my free Discord. It's going to be linked down in the comments. So I'll link both prop firms and my free Discord. You guys are welcome to join that, ask any questions, hang out in the community. I try my best to answer the questions in there. I might not get back to you in a timely fashion, but I try my best. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much all I've got to say. So best of luck in your trading. Peace out.